Welcome to Everything St. Lucy, the vibrant heart of community storytelling. Here, we explore the essence of who we are, our people, places, past and present. This season, we're diving deep into We Heritage, uncovering the rich tapestry of history and culture that makes St. Lucy truly special. From hidden gems to treasured traditions. Come, take a journey with us as we showcase the beauty and the resilience of St. Lucy, bridging the past to the present in unforgettable ways. Get ready to celebrate We Heritage, a little of this and a little of that. You won't want to miss a moment. Join us. In the beautiful parish of St. Lucy, explore the charm and history of Barbados's old-time village shops. These shops were the heartbeat of our communities, where neighbors gathered and stories were shared. Join me as we step back in time with Al and Anise Johnson as they reflect on the impact their family's village shop had on their community.
No, my name is Al Johnson.
My name is Anise Johnson. I live in Pike Corner, St. Lucy.
As the Johnson siblings recalls the goods on the shelves, the red syrups, the biscuits, the kerosene oils, we are reminded that these weren't just products. They were part of a rhythm, a ritual, a way of life. The shopkeeper knew your name, your needs, and sometimes even your troubles.
My father's name is Nellie Johnson. And he was a very serious shopkeeper. A no-nonsense kind of man. We used to sell our rice, flour, most of the dry goods, along with we also used to sell alcohol. This part of the shop where you in the area where the glass case is, and you can see the door below down there. This is a window now. This is which part the bar would be. And in that area, the men that drink alcohol could not go on the above side of the customers which is selling the goods. And there you would participate in your liquor, and you're supposed to behave as good as possible. It also had in there a slogan where it tells you, when you enter there, this shop is dedicated to those who drink. This bar is dedicated to those who drink liquor and drink it and remain gentlemen to the end.
We started shop back in 1956. We used to sell the dry goods, like salt, fish, flour. You used to get flour by the pounds, sugar by the pound, salt by the pound. Understand? You used to got bags, but the salt to get folded paper, you put the salt in paper and fold it, right? And lard oil, it's a measure the lard oil. You have to get a ball oil, you measure like a pint of lard oil, a half pint of lard oil. 1 year.
So how long did this permit last?
1 year.
And does that still happen now, or that is something that fell off?
No, it still happen now, or you can get a permit for 1 day. If you got an event, you get a 1 day license, right?
There was also the health inspector involved in that time, where he comes and he inspect the shop. He goes all through. Under the counter, every little crevice. You're gonna make sure you don't got no cockroach eggs, no cobweb. Every window had to have
Next.
and wire. You had to be well prepared.
Check the yard too.
You're going through the backyard to make sure that in there is also clean.
How did operations of the shop change around Christmas and Easter? You could give us an example on the difference.
Christmas will be hectic.
It's just sell hams to small hams. I hang up like it's just sell hams at Christmas.
You the thing. At Christmas time, my dad would, these customers with the bigger families would get a little ham, a cheese, a special craft cheese that he used to bring in, and a bottle of either St. wine, port wine, or falernum. People would also get, how would they put it? The bigger families would get more. While the smaller families that, like a one person, would get maybe a wine and a cheese, where the bigger family would get a ham along with a wine or something like that. Easter was nothing really, really hectic like that. Like how Christmas would be. It would be Easter, yes, but it would not be that kind of volume. And you got in all these activities, no.
Easter was not like how Easter is now. And those times when it was as Easter come, and the long corner boy didn't really want me to meat, and anybody could get fish, would get fish. But Christmas is always a big thing, as she said, right? But Easter was not seen as a big event like now how we tried to commercialize it. It wasn't that way in the early time.
Okay, next question. And what type of goods were sold in your family's shop?
You want to ask? I want to.
Go.
It was like the dry goods, and they making something like potatoes, flour, sugar, salt, meal. Or we had meat, pigtails, and anything like
Pigtails, salt meat of all types. You get red herring, you get salt herring, you get the salt fish. Then you get the snout and those kind of things like that. Pig snout, pigtails, rib strip, beef, salt beef.
You sell kerosene oil, we used to sell kerosene oil, right? And alcohol. At that time, in the early times, you never sell rum by the bottle. You sell by gill or half gill, measure gill or half gill, right? Only in the 80s, you start selling liquor by bottle, right? But in those early times, you used to sell half gill. You got a big bottle, you pour gill or half gill, right? And you had a bigger glass, you pour in it, get about that.
So the rum used to come with
And a big ball, and a big ball. This is called a Jimmy John ball, right? Mm-hmm. She made sure one glass of gill, but it was a big ball. Then
was that a gin?
Half, yeah.
Really? Yeah. So,
Mr. drink that day. Me told Mr. can buy that time, right? Because no ball.
Call it a snack.
A snack.
but that's barely a shot.
That we try
That
to
is, it's not belly full, honey.
Me told they only start buying bottle rum in the 80s. Yeah, American to buy bottle rum. And Mr. I put up. They buy a bottle rum. Look, when the fellas see people in the country selling rum, they're surprised because when you go down, they were still selling rum. They making in a pouring in a bar pouring. Right? Rum started selling in the country because they men at work, they construct or they can't feed, and they will put together a Friday evening and buy a bottle of rum. You putting that bottle of rum, that was like same for Christmas. That was same for Christmas. That was not seen like them people buy rum. Used to come and think, Richie Vels coming, Johnson, and I had an old man from up in the corner at Fine Tea Springs. He come out at 5 o'clock, we get out 5 o'clock bus, knock on the door, there.
That door there?
Yeah, and my father was pour it, hand it to you, drink it, give you water. Wash it like he go home, he went to work to town. You know what I'm
I think
saying?
he working at Alna.
Right, you know what I'm
So
saying?
what was the price of this?
I can't remember honestly. I will go to probably ask my brother, right? And we get back to you all, right? But I cannot tell you anything. But I know I used to measure slides of I could drink rum. I never drink rum.
So when you measure it,
You know, they got a bigger glass. You pour it in it, you got a glass of water. You hand them the 2 glasses. One we run, so they chase with the water. But don't chase the drinks at that point in time, right? And the cigarettes of the day was trumpeters and Bristols. Then MC came now.
And you could buy one cigarette at that point,
Right?
because everybody could not afford
a pack of cigarettes.
a pack of cigarettes.
Right? It was trumpeters and Bristols. They were the cigarettes in that thing. You know what I'm saying? And the drinks of the day was a crumb drink. So you call it, when you open it, you smell it all the way, then we do.
It must be sweet.
Sweet. A crumb.
And when, like, at that time, there wasn't any fridge. So we had a ice box, and man would come and bring the ice every day, and you could call your drinks that kind of way.
It was metal, wood, but it had a metal thing on the inside. They take bags and put to keep the ice from melting, but the ice shot will come. Really man, you know?
Battery,
you know, right? Battery ice man. Right?
you said that y'all used to sell hams, and you said y'all used to have the hams.
High up,
your salt hams.
High up. Kind of wrap and bag and so on, right?
You got, when you get preparing them, you gotta take them out, soak them out first, maybe 2 days or so,
and then cook
before you start to cook them.
Right.
And you gotta pour off the water to take out as much salt as possible. But it tastes good, don't get
tired. You got to see wrap and like bag like. Right, to keep you know cure, right?
People got like nails in the shop, in the back.
We just store things out there. The fields just store. They forget that we sell feed too, right? We just store things out there in the back. So you got them up on nails and hang them up, right?
And the people would order the soup. Right. Who can afford it would order the soup.
And I said, actually, said my father so always give back at Christmas. You know what I mean? You call it. Give your customers something for working with you the year. You know what I mean? He was that kind of person, very straight, but he's always said they gotta help somebody. So he always give back because they support you. They support
if you keep everything you have and you sell everything you have to buy everything that you want.
And that's our motto, right? Right. We always willing to give, but don't look for some return. Give, forgive, and not looking to receive. My father always there. So if you're going to do something and you're going to talk about it, you know, that's where you all may get angry with me when they say, don't involve me in certain things when they do things, because they grew up with that. If you do something to some person, don't be talking about it after you do it.
No.
Because you should never do it in the first place. You understand that? You kind of, then we get raping.
As we went to the 90s and stuff, we started then to doing like chicken on weekends. We would do chicken on Fridays, Saturdays. Sauce morning Saturday, and Sundays no see sweet bar. So it must be a hectic weekend. And up to this day, some people still make me ask me, "You don't go buy chickens?" I tell them too old for that now. Because when I fry chicken, I fry my chicken because I making my own seasonings, doing everything. I raise my own chickens. I buy the chickens in the body. But when you buy chickens, you know we buy. So I do my chickens and we fry that, we did that, till we finish.
And we also the early times we supply our own crops like potatoes and cassava and yams and sell here too. Right? We supply because if I have land, so we supply crops and then corn, all those kind of things, nuts, and sell all the herbs and right? Because people come from all over. We still have something called Oldmore Abenat. We show the plant crops and so on. If I order them, I sell them. At the beginning of the year, you will sell them to the farmers so they can see how to plant
up the grounds.
Right? Or the Oldmore Abenat. You order them and sell them to the people in all the year all around. Joe's Hill, Quay Corner, as far as calling them. This is the scale that we should use. You know, so you should bring Lucy to the lab, I should bring lab Lucy. Right? I go Mary. I just want to show you all what we see. Alright, this is the scale that we should use, right?
And when you were weighing, you used to weigh with a pound weight, 2 pound weight, 4 pound weight, or 5. Now you go with the kilograms. After, like, when you go into the new metrics, whatever system, you start with the kilograms. You got 1, 2, and 4.
And every year too, you should come to check the scales to make sure
That the weight.
it's the correct, the correct weights. They will send our inspector to
And he can
check
come and he can.
check the scale to make sure that nobody get wrong.
In that time, we loose biscuits. Sweet biscuits used to come in a big can. Big, like a big round buttboard. And you get them in that. You get biscuits. You used to get bread. What do you mind was bread, man? I can't remember.
It was lunch, I'm on there lunch, I think lunch used to come.
You used to come, you used to get bread and salt bread and that kind of stuff. So,
How was the butter and cheese sold?
the butter was by the ounce. You weigh by the ounce. It come in a big butter top. You cover it over. You got some paper, brown paper, and you put it on it with a board spoon to take it out. Put it in your weight. You wrap it, and that is your butter. Cooking oil, you measure half gill, half pint, whatever you can afford. And the butters at that time was what the hell do you know? That one of that yellow.
Yeah, not medical.
No. It still sells. I can't remember the name of the butter now. But it needs to be that kind of butter with you use. What the hell it name? I can't remember. Yeah, it was for you. But we used to measure the butter and the lard oil in the jill tot or your half pint or whatever. And the butter would be the ounce. You want ounce of butter, 2 ounces of butter, whatever you can afford at the point in time.
And the curse, not quite curse.
Curse, we whispered her here is. No, we had a curse oil can. It used to be there. It would come in, fill it up, and we would get half gallon or gallon.
Mm-hmm.
In Pie Corner, the shop was more than a business. It was a stage for village drama, a pulpit of politics, and a haven for laughter. It was where stories were born and retold, where generations met.
For the first we're going to get TV back in the 60s, right? And people used to come here on the night to watch TV. Come here, we had TV set up in that corner there, right? And that corner over there. And people would come and watch TV.
At that time, was the TV in color or in black?
Black and white. In 60s were black and white.
Can you remember any or at least 1 or 2 of the shows that were on the TV that people would come into the shop to watch?
Bonanza.
It would be Bonanza, yeah.
That
was a Western. Bonanza, everybody used to come to watch that. Right?
And those were an everyday occurrence?
No, a weekly, and then it's a different picture show, weekly, right?
Today, Al and Anise Johnson's memories remind us that history isn't just found in books.
It lives in voices, in places, and in the everyday heroes who shaped our world. His father's shop in Pike Corner may be gone, but its spirit lives on in the stories we tell and the pride we carry. That's what everything St. Lucie is all about, preserving the soul of St. Lucie, one story at a time, from the shopkeeper who gave credit with a nod to the child who ran errands with a smile. These are the threads that weave our heritage. So as we close this chapter, we say thank you to Mr. Al Johnson and Anise Johnson, to Pike Corner, and to every village shop that once stood as a beacon of belonging. The past is alive, and it speaks through us.